Hey, True Believers, England Teen here. So a couple of years ago, I watched a convention, and it was actually a real convention. It wasn't a whole bunch of people going to see actors and actresses talk about their movies. It was a bunch of comic book creators talking about comic books. Thing is, it was what they called a diversity convention. So it was, of course, black creators, female creators, mostly female of some other demographic, gay or black or Hispanic or whatever have you. And through it, I learned that DC Comics was about to take a far left turn and go the same route that Marvel had gone, that we had been arguing against. Look, you need to put your story before the message. And I was afraid by watching this. I thought, not only is DC going to do that, but they're going to go hard. They might even do worse than Marvel did. And I was actually surprised and happy that when it came time for them to do these kind of books, they put them over in Vertigo. And I thought, okay, phew, you know, we missed it. We dodged a bullet. And then, of course, we started not to. Now, before that, there was this book that came out. It was called Supergirl Being Super, and I read it, and I liked it. And it was written by Mariko Tomaki. And I praised it, and I thought, okay, I'm willing to give this woman the benefit of the doubt. She's not bad. Let's check it out. Let's see how she does. And slowly, and by slowly I mean very quickly, she abandoned story for message. She got the She-Hulk. I love She-Hulk. One of my favorite characters. My comic book crush when I was a young lad. So I read the book, and here is Mariko Tomaki's take on it, where it seems like the entire point of She-Hulk, the entire point of Jen, was that she was going to go get coffee. It was one of the worst things I had ever read. It was horribly bad. Now, I've never gone back to read Supergirl Being Super. I might actually do my own thing where I do it. Is it really that good? So I can answer the question. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any kind of return to greatness. So when I see this right here from Bleeding Cool, Mariko Tomaki and Dan Mora on Detective Comics 1034 from March 2021. When I see this, it makes me go, oh my gosh. Let's see. They go on to say, it's Detective Comics time. Today, there have been more CCXP announcements from DC Comics regarding their March titles. The DC Omniverse, DC 2021, whatever you wish to call it. And you know the drill. Mariko Tomaki and Dan Mora will be the creators on Detective Comics from 1034 in March. After their 2-issue stint on Future State, the Detective Comics in January and February, they both also created a story for Detective in it actually says number 2017, featuring Detective Nakano, who looks to be a foil for Batman both in Future State as mayor of Gotham and an ongoing series, campaigning for that position with an anti-masker policy against the Batman characters. Mariko Tomaki of Laura Dean keeps breaking up with me. Has been writing Wonder Woman. Not very well, by the way. Wrote the Eisner Award-winning Harley Quinn Breaking Glass and has I Am Not Starfire to follow. And now Batman. Like I said, she keeps failing upward here. Dan Mora is well known for his cover work for DC, Marvel, and Boom, as well as drawing comics such as Hexed. Ooh! Possibly the best of those SJW Vertigo series, but not very good at all. Klaus, and is also the artist and co-creator for Once and Future. Okay, that's good. And actually, so is Klaus, by the way. So this guy's got some credibility here. Let's see. What will this gig mean for the series? Sorry, I've got the yawns. Its conclusion or replacement artist? It does seem to be the pattern that the creators, especially writers who worked with Future State versions, are going to be getting the relaunches as well. Let's see. DC Comics solicitations for Dark Detective story by Tomaki a more read. Okay, let's get into this. The world thought Bruce Wayne was dead. They were dead wrong. When the sinister paramilitary organization known as the Magistrate seizes control of Gotham City, the original Batman went big to put them down, but even the Dark Knight couldn't predict how far this evil force would go to stop him. Now Bruce Wayne is on the run. So it's Bruce Wayne fugitive from the 2000s? Is that okay? All right. He's got nothing left to lose. Bruce Wayne is supposed to be dead, but his dark detective is on the run and shining a light on the mystery of his own murder. How did the killers know Bruce Wayne was Batman? As the forces of the Magistrate zero in on Bruce's location, it's a race against time to unlock the secrets of their surveillance tech and to take the fight to the very top. But is this knowledge that Bruce's own legacy helped to enable the greatest authoritarian force the city of Gotham has ever seen? Is it too much to bear? As the dark detective makes his move to put an end to the villainous Magistrate once and for all, the man who once wore the cowl encounters the next Batman. And these two have some questions for each other. Fists will fly as this explosive meeting erupts in the skies over Gotham. But with the clock ticking, can Bruce finish what he started and unlock the secrets of the fascist surveillance that plagues his city? Bruce Wayne may be dead in the eyes of the villainous Magistrate, but this dark detective isn't through yet. In this pulse-pounding finale, Bruce makes his final move and comes face to face with a man at the top of Gotham's oppressive regime, Peacekeeper 1. With bombs planted and all and the traps waiting to be sprung, this final battle will decide the fate of... Well, thank you for telling us the entire story there, guys. Yeah, see, when I see this, I wonder what kind of comic are we going to get? Are we going to get the Supergirl being super, where you actually got some characterization, where you actually got action to go with it? Or are we going to get Batman going for coffee? I see this as DC giving up. You give Mariko Tomaki Detective Comics, I see it as DC's just done, in all honesty. Not like I'm saying, oh man, I think DC's dead. I think DC literally went, yeah, look, we can't do anything. So yeah, sure. Let's just give it to Mariko Tomaki. This is, it's like a Hail Mary pass to a person with no arms. Seriously. That's how this feels. There's so much talent. There's so much A-list talent out there that they could be giving this to. And they're not. It almost seems purposeful in their desire to derail DC Comics after a while. It really does. It really does. Now, here's something though that I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to give it hope. See, I truly do not see this Mariko Tomaki thing as a good thing. But DC Comics renamed Wonder Woman, for history of his. God, I can't read here. DC Comics renamed Wonder Woman of history for political reasons. Gives a little hope. Wonder Woman of history was a feature that ran in Wonder Woman Comics, Sensation Comics, from 1942 to 1954, ranging from 1 to 5 pages. Each entry tells the story of a real woman who made a mark on history. The concept was created by U.S. spy, Nazi fighter, and Wonder Woman's associate editor Alice Marble, who wrote them, credited until at least issue 17. Okay. They're just saying that she stopped receiving credit. They are told in comic panel form from Wonder Woman's perspective. At least 71 entries were produced in the Wonder Woman history title. The final originally entry appeared in Wonder Woman number 66, after which time it was replaced by features centered around beauty tips. There goes the Comics Code Authority for you, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. I think that's kind of funny, because I don't know if that was the Comics Code, but anytime I think the Comics Code hadn't happened yet at number 66. But I think anytime I hear stuff like that, I think of how the Comics Code changed Lois Lane from tough, hard nails reporter to all she wants is Superman to marry her, and that's her entire focus of everything she's ever done. It's just kind of funny to me. But last year, DC announced a revival of that feature as an original graphic anthology in its own right, Wonder Women of History, show run by author Laurie Halse Anderson to celebrate real-world heroes who take Wonder Woman's iconic mantle and work in the fields of science, social justice, activism, politics, and more, with the following list of women to feature from all female or, oh my good Lord, non-binary creative teams. Go. Seriously. So here are some of the people that they planned, and you can see right here. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, new voice of the nation. Not mine. Not mine. Written by Lilian Rivera and drawn by Anastasia Longoria. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Dissent. Written by Lila Sturgis and drawn by Devaki Nyogi. Elizabeth Warren. Are we noticing a little something here as far as what they think the Wonder Women are? Nevertheless, she persisted. What, you mean after she got busted for lying that she was an Indian? Is that how she persisted afterwards? Rashida Tlaib, whatever her name is, as American as Canapcious. Holy shit, are they just going to take what are they called, the squad, and just do them? Written and drawn by Marguerite Dubai. Tara Frazier, Helping Others Soar, written by Tracy Sorrell. Holy crap. Beyonce, the title's not final yet. Mickey Kendall, drawn by D'Amico. Mari Copany. We have Edith Windsor, How One Woman's Love Changed a Nation. Marsha P. Johnson, The Beauty of a Brick. Emma Gonzalez, Judith Human. Ellen Ocha. Oh, that one's written by Cecil Castellucci. It might actually be bad enough to be good. Xi Jing, Real Life Batwoman Working to Save the World. Okay, so you're going to do a story about a Chinese person and mention bats in it and saving the world at this point in time. Serena Williams, Super Serena GOAT. I know it means greatest of all time, but there you go. Tig Notaro, Women Are Funny. I've seen Tig Notaro. That's not a good one. No, there are far funnier women you could go with than Tig Notaro. Tig Notaro is like the anti-funny. No freaking way. There are literal funny women. Not Amy Schumer, not Chelsea Handler. Sorry about that. But yeah, there have been funny women. Heck, even if you want to do far left, Rosie O'Donnell back in the day of her stand-up was actually funny. If you just wanted to do far left people, at least she would be funny. Kyoko Agena and Dominic Dawes and Janelle Monáe. Android with Electric Guitar Dreams, written by Vita Ayala. Oh, alrighty. As well as pinups by all these artists. I'm not going to go through them. It appears that this was way too much for Summit Warners. Yay! That the book would be seen as political. Really? You'd think so, with the first ones being the Squad. You think maybe that the book would be seen as political was one thing, that it would be associated with Wonder Woman was apparently another. Decades after Wonder Woman became an iconic figure of 70s feminist movement on the front cover of the first issue of Ms. Magazine from 1972, with her running for president of the United States, apparently these days Wonder Woman and modern politics don't mix. How about the fact that, as Michael Jordan once said, even Republicans buy tennis shoes? Seriously. Why would you do a book like this and not, and I understand, by the way, that is Bleeding Cool's editorial right there. That's what they're talking about. You would be freaking stupid to do this and attach it to one of your main characters, because you are literally you're just pushing aside one. Oh, I'm sorry. I should go this way. Pushing aside one whole political spectrum. As a result, Wonder Woman has been stripped from the title, originally planned to be published alongside the release of Wonder Woman 1984. It has been kicked from December 2020 into September 2021 instead, and has now been renamed Wonderful Women of History. DC's statement that the book is moving to 2021 to align with Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary celebration is a little disingenuous, given that her name is no longer in the title, and the history of that title was actually part of Wonder Woman's history. I don't know. What would I say about the movement? Obviously, they're right if you're taking Wonder Woman's name out of it. But the thing is, just the name Wonderful and what women in it would actually, I still think, match it with Wonder Woman. I just think those two, if you have Wonder and woman, whatever, I think people are always going to think Wonder Woman. Let's see. Let's be honest. The sort of people who would have been whiny about Wonder Woman involved with a political comic are the sort who would never have bought this comic, and that's true. I'm not interested. If those are the figures they're going to be talking about, I'm not interested. Matthew Fowle, however, decided to go really, really stupid and say, or any other comic for that matter, like you have to be a certain political spectrum to enjoy comic books. He's a moron, by the way. Matthew Fulwell, you're a dumbass. If the reason to change the title was its history, part of the vast majority of the women chosen, worthy though they may be, are contemporary. In fact, if it weren't for She's and Jelly of America, would have been more appropriate given the target audience. Greta Thunberg seems especially glaring omission. Brr, holy crap, this guy is way off. Okay, so does AT&T Warner Brothers DC also plan to reprint the original strips? I'm actually more interested. I agree with Jason. If you're going to do this, reprint the originals. I think that would be interesting. I think it's not political so much as realizing that when people reading the book realize while there's some wonderful women featured inside the book, there's absolutely nothing on Wonder Woman. And that might actually be true as well. If you put Wonder Woman on the cover and there's no Wonder Woman in it, then it's clickbait, basically. American Wonder Woman of history would be more accurate. Lots of inspiring figures who aren't being covered there, but what you going to do? Unless you add random conservative like Sandra Day O'Connor, you're publishing Edgerprop. And yeah, I get it. But there you go. The fact that DC had realized that gives a little bit of hope to the whole Mariko Tomaki situation. Yeah. Some other sites seem to be only reporting Tomaki more as doing future state dark detective, but possibly not Detective Comics group. So no issues for once. Okay. There you go, gang. That's what I've got to say about both of these. I think it's an interesting thing. There you go. Whoo, Batman, huh? Here's the thing. If you don't have a strong Batman and you don't have a strong Superman, you don't have a strong DC Comics. That's just the truth of the matter. The big problem is if you don't have a strong Batman, if you don't have a strong Superman, you don't have a strong DC Comics. That's just the truth of the matter. So take that how you will. No. Anyway, that's my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, of course, to click like and share and all that. But comment. Please comment. Even, hey, you're full of that's fine. Dislike, I don't care. Comment, interact in any way, shape, or form. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi. Help us out here to make videos for you to keep the lights on, because that's the way I make a living. And I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.